Rain lashed against my windshield, each drop a tiny hammer trying to crack the glass. It was one of those nights. The kind where the city feels like it's drowning, and you're just another piece of debris floating along. My name is Leo, and I'm a courier. Not the kind you see on a bike delivering your lunch. I handle special deliveries. The kind that don't go through the regular mail system. My phone buzzed, a new job. An address in the old industrial district, a pickup, and a drop-off. The client was anonymous, the payment already in my account, and the instructions were simple. A single package, no questions asked. I pulled up to a derelict warehouse, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the storm. A figure stepped out from the shadows, hidden under a dripping hood. He didn't say a word, just slid a plain, brown-wrapped box onto my passenger seat. It was surprisingly heavy, cold to the touch. As he turned to leave, he paused. "One more thing," he rasped, his voice like gravel. "Don't open it. Under any circumstances." Then he was gone, swallowed by the rain and darkness. The drop-off point was a 3-hour drive out of the city, a remote cabin deep in the woods. Plenty of time to think. The box sat beside me, silent, yet screaming with questions. No label, no return address, no sound coming from inside. It was just a box, but it felt like a black hole, pulling all my thoughts into it. What could be inside? Money, illegal substances. Something else, the client's warning echoed in my mind. Don't open it. It wasn't a request, it was a threat. My job is built on trust and discretion. Opening a package is the one line you don't cross. It means your career is over. Or maybe your life. An hour into the drive, the highway turned into a winding country road. The rain had softened to a drizzle, but the fog was thick, clinging to the trees like a shroud. The box's presence grew heavier with every mile. I tapped it with my knuckles, solid. I shook it gently. Nothing rattled. It was perfectly balanced, perfectly still. My curiosity started to feel like a physical as I couldn't scratch. It gnawed at me, every ghost. Story my grandpa ever told me, every thriller I'd ever watched, started to play out in my head. What if it was ticking? I pressed my ear against the damp cardboard. Silence. Just the hum of my engine and the thump of my own heart. I've transported a lot of strange things in my time. Antique artifacts that probably belonged in a museum. Sensitive documents that could topple small governments, even a live falcon once. But this was different. The complete anonymity, the stark warning. It was personal. It felt like a test. My hand hovered over the box. The tape was standard packing tape. A small knife from my glove compartment would slice through it in seconds. Who would know? The guy in the rain? The anonymous client? I could just take a quick peek. Just a tiny tear in the corner. Just enough to satisfy this burning need to know. I pictured the consequences. A deal gone wrong. A client with powerful, vengeful friends. My face on a different kind of poster. But the unknown. The unknown was worse. The mystery of the box was becoming an obsession. I pulled over to the side of the misty road, the headlights cutting to pale beams into the fog. The world was silent except for my own ragged breathing. My hand was shaking as I reached for the glove compartment. The metal of my utility knife was cold against my palm. This was it. Breaking the one rule I swore I'd never break. My entire career, my safety, all balanced on the edge of this blade. I looked at the box one last time. It seemed to pulse in the dim light of the cabin. Just one look. What could be so bad about just one look? Thanks for watching. What do you think is inside the box? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love a good mystery, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 2. See you then.